Let's see. Let's see what Jesse Ray has to say. I actually talked to him recently. We're talking about maybe doing like a collab or something. This guy's actually really cool.
What's up, everybody? Hope you're doing well.
You guys remember this guy?
Day.
This guy's actually pretty cool.
I'm about to get into the mix, man. I'm looking forward to it. Spending some time with some music today. Hoping to feel something in here. Hoping to feel something in here. Have those hairs stand up. Get those goosies everywhere. Let's feel it. Let's go. We get to do this. We get to make music today, man.
Dude, this guy's yapping. I fucking love it, dude. Oh, he's not a beat making software in sight, dude. Oh, dude, this is awesome. I'm so excited right now.
Wow. What freaking lottery did I win in the past life? Thankful. Thankful. All right, but first we're going to do some questions. Got some, I'm looking at my screen here. Got some Q&A. Some questions came in. Woo! Thank you guys for asking questions. And you can actually ask more questions in this video too. Maybe we'll do some more of this down the road. Let's jump in. Edward Fitzpatrick asks, what's the must-have gear that you'd recommend for someone to invest in to be successful? And what gear do you predict will go up in value and be a great ROI down the road? I'm going to try to be really quick.
Bro, that's like insider trading right there. I don't know about that, dude. I don't know if you can really give advice on this here, dude. This is straight up like insider trading.
I'm going to try to be really quick about this one because I have potential to just rant on this subject forever. But I feel really strongly that you can't get the wheels off the ground in this business unless you have really low overhead. And I think financial...
True. That's true as fuck, dude. That's true as fuck.
Frugality and responsibility is really important to making stuff happen. So I highly recommend The Lean Startup. There's a great book called The Lean Startup. And it's just like, when you're starting a business, just keeping expenses very low, going bare essentials to get the job done. And lucky for you, as a mixer, master, songwriter.
Yeah, you don't need anything. All you need is a computer and headphones.
Musician.
Yes, I sped him up. I like to make everyone I watch sound like they're on Adderall or meth.
Anything. You really only need the bare essentials these days because computers will do all of it in the box. You could buy a basic plug-in bundle, a very basic computer. Like right here, I've got my MacBook Pro.
Jesus fucking Christ. See, this is what I'm talking about, dude. Beat making software, boring. Guy almost drops his fucking $2,000 or $3,000 laptop. Entertaining as fuck, dude. Amazing. My heart, I almost had a fucking heart attack.
It's a 2013. It's old.
Okay, never mind. Maybe 1,500.
It runs all the main,
maybe 1,000.
Major modern plugins. All the stuff that I need is on this computer. It's amazing, and it cost me $200 refurbished, used. Like, dude. I mean, not to get even remotely political here, but I do get kind of...
Wait, whoa. Wait, hold on a second. Why are we getting political?
Sick thinking about, you know, the tech giants and the really big corporations that prey upon young, vulnerable musicians and just young people in general by feeding them a narrative that...
Not to get political right now, but, you know, free Palestine.
Need really expensive stuff in order to be successful. Or that you need to have a look, like you need to pull up to the session in like a certain type of car to like, you need to dress for success. And it's just like, it's just not really the situation in this situation, you know, for...
Dude, dressing for success as an audio engineer is pathetic. That would be pathetic. What, are you going to wear a fucking suit? What, are you going to have a psychopathic smile at the camera and wear a suit? Exactly.
This job, I don't think that's the vibe. Okay. Second part of the answer. We already talked about a computer. Get a DAW that's going to give you reliable, consistent results. Something, you know, Pro Tools, Logic, FL, Ableton Live, you know, whatever it's going to be. Get a speaker system that you enjoy. I would...
Notice how Reaper was not in that list, guys. No Reaper in that list. This guy's a professional. I don't know what to tell you, dude. I don't know what to tell you, dude. It's a joke. It's a fucking joke, all right? It's a joke. Reaper's a joke. I'm just kidding, all right? I'm just kidding.
Would highly recommend getting some AirPod Pros too, something like that you know a lot of people are going to be listing on, and then also get a set of speakers for your room. You know, Dyne Audio, Neumann, they make some great two-ways. I'm an NS10 guy. If you're like mega rich and it doesn't matter, just get some Strauss monitors and save yourself all the trouble because you'll never rebuy them after that. I'm reading the second part of this question now. What gear do you predict will go up in value and be a great return on investment down the road? I don't think that
none of it. Probably none of it.
Any of this should be thought of as an investment.
Yeah.
Instead of investing in gear, I think you should be opening up a Roth IRA and thinking about your retirement and loading it up with some index funds. Get a nice...
Holy shit. Wait, there's some actual good information here.
Loading it up with some index funds. Road. I don't think that any of this should be thought of as an investment. Instead of investing in gear, I think you should be opening up a Roth IRA and thinking about your retirement and loading it up with some index funds. Get a nice little 70-20-10 split. We don't need to get into that.
No, I was looking for gear. What kind of gear should I be investing in? I don't want to invest in a broth IRA or whatever. I don't want to invest in a broth IPA or whatever.
Today. Next question. How would you incorporate delay reverb throws on particular words of your template, Jesse? Yeah, so on the template video, I completely forgot to talk about this. But I have these S-throw tracks that just sit there. It's a blank audio track that has no audio in it. And what I'll do is I'll just split off and I'll just drag and duplicate any section of audio down into it from a lead vocal that I want to throw out. And that way I don't need to automate an effects throw with a send, because I've seen people that do that, and it's just like, that seems really slow and like time consuming for me. And I just don't think that. I just want to drag it and then adjust the fader and adjust the effect and then go for it. And that's how I like to do it. Are you happy with your speakers? I want to get those one day. Yeah, I love the Strauss monitors. But kind of like I spoke about earlier, I'm not into the whole keeping up with the Joneses. Like I don't really itch to try out new things, because once you find something that just works so sufficiently, like it would
UV auto. What's it? What Ludicario? What?
Self a disservice to switch monitors at this point. I've been on NS10s for the last 15 years. And then I've been on the Strauss monitors for like the last 6 years. So like at this point, I know these so incredibly well that switching would just almost confuse me and hurt the productions that I'm trying to.
It's a good retirement plan, Tom.
Send back to clients, you know. There'd be a big learning curve of relearning the mid-range and relearning the high end. And to be honest,
use the AP mastering speakers. What? How did you figure out how to make those, dude? Holy shit. Dude, can you help me make mine over Zoom later?
And the anomalies are so incredibly low. And you know, with these Strauss monitors, it's just near perfection. It's about as good as it can possibly get. And yeah, I just don't need to try anything else, man. Loving these videos, Jesse, really helping me not to overthink my mixes. Good, man. Don't overthink. Just feel. Any chance we could see the last session? Yeah, so that's one we're keeping pretty under lock and key as far as the team goes. It's a special record. I think we're keeping that one quiet for now. But I did remix the session for all analog on an SSL, and you can see that video here. And that was a lot of fun. I did that with my friends at Audio Movers. That was a really good.
Okay, let's skip to the Mac part.
What types of machine you rolling with? I'm guessing Mac. I need to know which. Yeah, that's a tough one to read. Yeah, I work on Macs. Showed you my MacBook already. That's like an older one when I'm traveling.
All right, guys, Mac versus PC. Go.
I use that. Here in the studio, underneath here, I have the.
He's not on Ritalin, guys. I sped him up because I don't want to get bored. It's more like, how long should I have been on Ritalin? How long should Weaver have been on Ritalin? That's what you should be asking right now. Yeah, Mac for sure, on a laptop for sure. I mean, if you have the money for a Mac, yeah. Macs are not trash, especially like laptops, dude. Especially laptops. Mac laptops are so much better.
Mac Pro Studio. It's an M1. You know, they're all the way up to like M4 now, so like way fancier computers. But again, this one is paid for. I got this, many years ago now. At this point, I think like 3 years ago. It's working great. I hope I don't have to replace it for 7, 8, 9, 10 years. There's so
you're hoping a little much, bro.
So much better things to do with your money, you guys, than spending money every single year. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a CPA. I'm not an accountant, but like.
I'm not a financial advisor, but invest in your broth IPA.
You could be saving this money and you could be putting it into index funds that will grow over, and then you'll be able to actually freaking record so you don't die. So you don't die.
I'm not a financial advisor, but do all this with your money.
In the damn chair, you guys. Come on. All right. Next question. I noticed you use the 24 dB per octave curve on your bell EQ as a default mode. Long story short, Pro Q, when you bring it up, it has these nice big wide bells, right? But if you adjust the slope, you can make them a little more so they have a stiff drop off. I want that stiffy, baby. And the reason for that.
Oh yeah, of course. You don't want a Mac if you do gaming. Like most games don't even play on a Mac. Some do, but for the most part, like you just want a Mac if you're doing audio or video, especially if it's mobile. If you're doing like if you need a laptop, 100% get a Mac. Okay, you will thank me, because it's like the difference in like 8 hours battery versus like 1 hour battery. It's insane the difference it makes.
That is, I don't want all that extra info on the sides. If I'm trying to focus on a certain frequency, ordinarily, I'm just not going to want all the extra stuff on the sides. I don't want that extra info.
You can even play PC games on a Mac. Like I can actually play Marvel Rivals on my laptop using crossover. You have to like play it on like low settings though, but it works. It does work, and it's actually playable. Like I can actually I could rip ass on there.
Oh, above and below. Just let me get what I'm there for. Let me get in. Let me get out. Hi, Jess. How are you? I'm good, thanks. Been following your work here on YouTube, and I noticed you use the H3000 in your studio. I've been studying a lot about ambience and stereo imaging in my mixes, and I wanted to ask, do you consider the H3000 a reference for this?
Okay, I don't care about the H3000. Wireless keyboard.
Kind of processing. I always wondered what brand model wireless keyboard you're using and how you're controlling your monitoring levels from your keyboard. So this is just the Apple Magic keyboard and the Apple Magic trackpad. But they're sitting in this platform called the Bullet Train Express keyboard platform. Very fun. Tech company out of the Bay. I've had like 3 or 4 of these because I get frustrated.
I don't know. I don't know if I like trackpads that much.
Just go.
Are they like better for your wrist or something? Like, is there a reason to use them on a desktop? I don't know. Yeah, I genuinely don't understand that. I don't know why you'd use a trackpad on a desktop. No, the Mac trackpad is kind of good, but I wouldn't want to use it like on a desktop. Like, I mean, on a laptop, sure, if I'm not like editing a video.
frustrated and I just go, Wah! Oh, these things rule. This is really nice. I have my system hooked up through the Apogee Symphony, so when
I don't know, maybe he is on meth, guys. I don't know. Sorry if you see this, Jesse.
I hit the little volume up and down keys,
I don't think you're on meth. I just have you sped up and you're also throwing shit.
here, I'm able to get that to trim the audio. Cool little cheat code for that too. People don't know this, but if you hold Option and Shift, and you can see it happening, it'll give you little tiny increments of your volume change.
I didn't know about
Where
that.
did you get these drum samples? And he is referring to the country mixing video, and I believe he's referring to the
gross.
live room audio drum sample.
Okay, well, what about this one?
Help me understand the usage of split EQ versus Pro Q3. Yeah. And then also,
Not
can you
gonna
do a video on
understand
your
that.
shortcuts and how you pull things up so quickly and navigate your favorite plugins with a speed that I'm not used to seeing? It's crazy. I would love to see a quick 25-minute video. I would love to see a quick 25-minute video touching.
A quick 25-minute video. Right. Do people think like videos like take as long as the length of them to make? Like a 25-minute video is not made in 25 minutes, especially if it's edited. You're talking like at least an hour, maybe several more if you're editing it well. And that's like if you're purely focused on it.
Yeah, I just learn the shortcuts and just get going really fast. Maybe I can pull up some of the. I guess I don't really know what I do. And whenever someone's like, "What's the shortcut for that?" I'm like, "I don't know. It's just the one that feels like this." So I have to kind of go look at the keyboard and be like, "Oh, it's Option Shift and I." I don't know. It's a feel thing at this point.
Yeah.
So EQ and split EQ. So like Pro Q3,
Okay.
that is a for
Split EQ is the one that separates like transient and sustain, right?
in Pro Q3, Pro Q4. Those are EQ plugins. Split EQ is more like a transient designer
Okay,
in different bands, right? So it allows you to adjust the transient info, the initial, just first little snippet of a sound, like the initial,
I think that's pretty
or the
advanced.
cat. And then, the blue would be the sustained, the tonal information. So everything after the transient. If you have a snare, you've got ka, and so the initial transient is ka, and the rest is the ah. So, and there's so many scenarios where with EQ, for years,
Very
I was just
true.
like, I'm trying to get something to happen with EQ and with compression. Like when I boost low end, I'm like trying to get this, but like with with split EQ, it's just so easy. It's just like, okay, I want more smack in the low end. I want more smack in the top end. And by smack, I'm talking initial transient, just transient attack, right?
Okay.
Or for example, like if you're EQing a
I guess I could see when that could be useful. I don't really use that though.
piano, there's
Okay, I think I got my fill in this video.